And let's talk about it right now. We are at AT&T. I'm Courtney with Cowboys Nation.
What is up, man? This is a special edition of Tag Nation. The schedule's coming out. I'm looking at my TVs. I saw what happened on Sunday night. We got Tampa Bay. I had to crack open a Miller Lite so cold. Woo! It freeze the hand off an Eskimo because Sunday night, Tampa is coming to AT&T. I got a little revenge on my mind. So, should I sell the tickets or should I go to the game? Of course, you know your boy's going to the game. I don't care about the money. It's all about revenge. And I got a little bit on my mind with Tom Brady. You feel me, Jimmy D?
Absolutely. And you know what? We need you to take care of business for us. We need you to knock him on his ass. Give him a beat down.
I tell you, real quick.
No, real quick. I'm going to call an audible quick.
Go ahead.
I need an audible quick. I got to get something off my mind quick, right? You know, and I'm changing the schedule just a little bit. This will be a minute. My New York Rangers head to Pittsburgh. Anybody who watched the show the other night saw me getting a little angry, maybe a little profane. We went to Pittsburgh. We had no heart. We had no soul. They kicked our ass up and down the ice, one side down the other. No heart at all. Last night, the Marquis said, Madison Square Garden, the world's most famous arena, back in New York, MSG. Kreider, Fox, you all showed up. Sidney Crosby got the hit he deserved, and it was a clean hit. So Prosper, I don't want to hear anything about it. So now we're back in the series. New York Rangers, we got a chair to sit in. So sit in it. Don't fall out of it. Make it happen.
Oh, you're
That's
done?
all I got to say about that.
All right, that's all the hockey talk we're going to be getting right now. So, hey, Courtney, what's up? But really, we're waiting for the schedule to come out. I'm peeking my head. But let's talk about it Sunday night. I got hype. I almost was going to drop a hype video here. So before we get started, make sure you guys, hey, if you hadn't subscribed yet, man, I don't know what you're waiting on because it's going to be NFL talk. It's going to be Cowboys. You feel me in the cave. I'm waiting on one extra piece to be unveiled in the cave as soon as it gets here. That might replace one of these. I'm going to have to rearrange some stuff and figure things out. But when the schedule comes out, you know the teams you play. But there's something about when the schedule comes out and you get that first game and you start seeing who you're playing. You start looking down that line and figure, all right, this is a win. This is a win. Might be a loss. Might be a win. Might be a loss. You start playing that little angle to see what your record is. So this is the official start of the season. So I'm seeing the schedules are coming out. So I'm going to have to look on my phone. Yes. Jimmy, you go ahead and maybe distract them a little bit so I can see the phone and figure out what we got. Because I do know we got Tampa Bay coming opening day to AT&T.
Well, and like I said, you guys got to take care of business against Tampa Bay and knock Tom Brady on his ass. But, the one thing I'm happy about, so we got the Chicago Bears. So that's a check mark for an easy win right there. We got the Washington, whatever the hell they're calling themselves right now with that dopey name. There's a check mark win right there. And then, the Falcons, we got a tough schedule, man. We got the NFC West and AFC North. So it ain't going to be a cakewalk, but we'll see what we got going on. We're going to have an entirely different offense this year, so we'll see how it plays out.
Well, the interesting too is going to be, you look at the Cowboys. So you're starting with Tampa. We do know that Green Bay going up to Lambeau. Is it out in Lambeau? I believe it's week 13 or week 10, somewhere in there. It's in early November. So the weather is football weather. It's not going to be too cold. It's not going to be too hot. So that's one of the games I'm thinking about. Hey, do I make a road trip? That's a bucket list game. You're going to Lambeau Field. Do I make that road trip to go up there? Because the problem that we have, they might need me to go up there because the problem, we got a little jinx going on here. We can't seem to beat the Packers. And we got to go back in time to the 90s when we owned their ass. And we beat them every single time, 7 or 8 straight, sent them packing in the playoffs. So listen. Right. Maybe I might make that trip up to Green Bay because you guys, people follow me. When I show up, this team knows to play. They don't want to embarrass themselves in front of me.
No, you got to go. If you've never been to Green Bay, Town's fun. Stadium's great. It's funny because everything's in a compact area, so it's all in walking distance. You can throw a few back, walk to the stadium. It's a great time, man.
Yeah.
You got to
so
go. Make it happen.
Well, we're thinking about it. That's where I got to get the rest of the schedule out. So if you guys see the schedule, comment in there, help a brother out, because I'm going to try and peek, but I don't want to be too rude. Keep turning my head from the audience, and so you can't hear me. But it's all about how the schedule plays out. So Thanksgiving, I heard it was the Giants. I don't know if it's official yet. If you got the schedule, Jimmy, you could help a brother out. But it all depends on the schedule. But I got my tickets to AT&T. I love hanging with Cowboys Nation. We're going to be partying it up. We're going to be having a good time. So hopefully you guys let us know what games you're going at, because I'm trying to get Jimmy to a game. Let's see if I can convert him, jump ship from the Falcons because they're going nowhere.
No, that's not happening. First of all, Kyler, I don't want to hear about the Rangers playing dirty. I don't want to hear that crap. You guys get away with all this shit all the time. I don't want to hear about that. Okay, first of all. Secondly, you're not going to convert me. When is the last time the Cowboys went to the Super Bowl?
Well, you know what's funny about that, though, Jimmy? Everyone talks about they hadn't been in 20 years, this and that. How come no one's catching us? The only team that has passed us in rings is the Patriots and the Steelers. So 2 teams have more rings than us. Why haven't all these other teams caught up? We've given you a 26-year head start.
Free agency. 2 words, baby, free agency. Hey, by the way, so we got Washington the Sunday after Thanksgiving. So hopefully we take care of a little business for you.
Oh, you got Washington at what, week 2?
No, November 27th.
Oh, I got you.
Yes.
I got you. Yeah. All right, so we got Giants, I think, Monday night. Is that right? Monday night, week 3. So that'll. I think we play them Monday night and Thanksgiving. If if all the experts. Let's take a little peek at it and see if all the experts were correct. We should have the.
You mean all the
Giants on Monday and then on Thanksgiving? I think. So many rumors fly.
Yes, false lies and propaganda.
So what else do we have here? There we go. Here's the schedule. Finally. Hopefully, you got to go through all this crap to get a damn schedule. The only thing I did see is ticket prices. And that's why I was saying on week 1, do I sell my tickets or do I go to the game? Because the tickets, they had standing room only for $250.
The problem is if you don't go, you're going to be kicking yourself in the ass. You got.
I'm going.
Yeah.
I'm going. Brady, we haven't beat Brady yet. So this is the time.
Absolutely.
The last opportunity. Can't make no excuse. We got the whole off season to get ready. We're going to be healthy. They'll be healthy. We got to take care of business, and we got to send him out as last year. I'll send him into retirement early. He'll go up in that Fox booth by week 2.
I hope so.
Well, like I said, that's the plan. That's the plan. So why are they talking about? They're sitting there. Got Matt. They got Matthew Stafford on here. No one cares about the Rams. No one even goes to the game.
Oh, that's right. About 3 people showed up to the Super Bowl party, right?
All right. Here's the schedule. Let's break it down. We do got the Bucs at home, and then we got Cincinnati at home. So I can only go to one of those games. So I got to go to the Tampa game, right? Sunday night. You got to go. So I won't be able to go to the Bengals because that's back to back. And then they're at the Giants. They got Washington at home, at the Rams, at the Eagles. They got the Lions at home. They got the Bears at home. Then they got their bye. Good bye week. They got the bye week before the Green Bay game. So that's a good one. Then they go at Minnesota. They got the Giants on Thanksgiving. So that was correct. And then they got the Colts on Sunday night, which is odd because usually they do a Thursday with a Thursday. But it looks like they got the Colts on Sunday night. So my boy Jeff is a Colts fan. So he's gonna be sitting next to me seeing that beat down in person. That's what's so sweet. So Jeff, I know you're listening. I know you're upset. I know you're scared. I know the excuses are probably already probably figuring out what excuse can I come up with. Now, I know you got Matty Ice now, right, Jimmy? So you might be rooting for him a little bit, but Matty Ice getting ready to get a beat down.
Yeah, I don't know about that, man. The Colts are going to be tough. Even with Jeff and his unibrow there, I wouldn't. That might be a little distraction for the players. That's going to be a good game, but man, you guys better watch out for the Colts. Matty Ice, I told you, I was pissed. Besides his contract being ridiculous, he has years left in him. And on that team, he's going to play well.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see. And then we got the Texans at home and at the Jaguars. So that's a good one because that's my road trip. I only live 4 hours from Jacksonville. Anyone can get a ticket there. No one wants to go to that dump. So Cowboy Nation will take that over. No problem there. And then we got the Eagles. See, that's a dilemma for me because you go to the Jaguars, and then I'd have to fly out to Philadelphia. I have to fly out to AT&T to go see the Cowboys play the Eagles. And then you got the Titans, and you finish with Washington. So our last two games are going to be on the road. Titans they're a formidable opponent. Washington, we'll probably be resting our starters by then. That'd be like an extra preseason game. And Courtney knows absolutely we're beating Brady. There's no doubt about it.
Courtney's spot on about that.
The interesting thing that just pops out on the schedule for Dallas is, the early part, that back-to-back has me, I don't want to say concerned, but they're going to be tested early. You're talking about going against Tom Brady, and then you're talking about going to the defending AFC champions, with the Bengals. Now, both are at home, so you got to like having, first two games at home to kind of, get things going. So if you had to have that bump on the road, it's good early as long as you're at home.
Yeah.
I'm glad that they're not two road games, which I think, if my memory's right, I thought we had two. Maybe I'm wrong. I thought we had two road games last season. But
I say you come up to see the Giants, Cowboys and Giants up here in my backyard. I want to come down to Dallas. I want to come down there and have fun and meet everybody and go to Dallas Live and all that. But I think it'd be fun if you come up here for a long weekend.
And let me correct you, Jimmy. I know you're from New York. It's Texas Live.
Texas Live. Texas, Dallas, whatever.
Bigger in Texas, man. You know how it is.
So,
but yeah, no, it'll be a good time. So you got to figure out what game that you want to hit. So the schedule's there. The only other thing I got a concern with is I believe my Miami Hurricanes, because I have season tickets for them as well. We play Florida State, but I think the football gods are with me. I believe that's our bye week. So, someone's looking over me, and they're making sure to say, "Hey, Mike, man, you got to make sure we need you to hit all these games. You need to make sure you bring in the hype and that you're there." So, I love the schedule. I think it plays out very nice for us. We've got, you end the season with two road games. You never, you really don't want to do that, but ending with Washington, ending with the Titans, not so bad. You got the Eagles at home. We have our typical Sunday night game with the Eagles, but this time it's in Philadelphia. So I'm sure that's going to be that'll be a loud event. We play the Rams. I'm surprised that wasn't a primetime game, but it's it's the main game on Sunday. So the schedule looks good. There was some, with the Cowboys, there was a few, I don't know. I know the negativity with some of the things that went on in the offseason. And like I said, I get it a little bit. I know there's frustration, but, the boys are back. The core is back. We replaced some of the missing pieces that we had to let go. Everyone was like, "Oh, look at Dallas. They're because the rumor was we were playing at Jacksonville week 1. Look at Dallas. Now they're the 1:00 game on opening weekend. Look at that." But we all knew it was going to happen. We all knew everyone wants to see the Cowboys prime time. Everyone wants to see them on Sunday night. We've opened the NFL season on prime time. I don't know how many times now, either on Sunday night or Thursday night. They know what it's about. So it's just a great way to get this season started. And I don't know, Jimmy, I'm pumped up.
No, see, I'm looking. So we got week 1. The Falcons have the Saints week 1, home game, winnable. Then we got the Rams out west. It's going to be tough, but week 3 Seahawks, that could be 2 out of 3 wins right there, man. But Browns, then the Bucks, Niners, Bengals. I mean, we don't have an easy road this year, but again,
no, you play your division, you're out, and that's the thing is there was a comment about the Cowboys schedule. Oh, you got the easiest schedule in the league, but we saw what happened. You take a team like Cincinnati was 4-12, and then they end up going to the Super Bowl. So it's all based off last year, and a lot of things changed. But the schedule's predetermined, except 2 games. We all know what division we're playing now. This year, we get fortunate to play the division that nobody wants to talk trash. They want to say the NFC least, and they want to say all this, but they always give the Green Bay's division. They give the North always a pass with the crappy ass Bears, the Lions stink, Vikings nothing.
Suck.
Green Bay's the only decent team they got, and they always give them a pass, but they give the NFC East a hard time. But last I checked, we sent 2 teams to the playoffs, so we'll see what happens. But we play that division, and we play the AFC South, which we know that the Texans they're in trouble. I think the Jaguars. I'll tell you what, I would have rather played them early than late. I like Lawrence. They're young. They if they start gelling some stuff up together, I think they can be a team that starts to kind of get on that incline as the season goes on. So I'm not a real big fan of playing them late. What I do like is it's in November. The weather's going to be good. So it's going to be a fun time. I understand that easy schedule BS. We get last season's division winners too. Of course, Kyle. It's haters, man. We're playing the Rams, we're playing the Bengals, we're playing the Packers, we're playing the Bucks.
Bro, mix in the NFC West and the AFC North and get back to me. We have a tough schedule, bro. Come on.
No, you do.
You know what? But what I'm looking at is this. I'm looking at an entirely different offense. And I'm thinking, and honestly, the way this is shaping up, so we got, the draft, London Drake, big, tall receiver. We got Pitts, obviously, what he can do. New quarterback. Let's see how he plays, without Matty Ice. But that being said, you could have Patterson in that kind of Deebo Samuel role, which I'd be all about that, man. Try something different, see what happens. But it's like you said, the Bengals were 4-12 the year before last.
Yeah. And I saw it. My boy is correct. My firstborn, he said they got a chance to make a statement the first 2 games. I've invited him on the show. He's a little shy. I think you guys seen him in some of the videos. He's afraid to show his face. But he talks a good game, Jimmy. You've seen that.
That's good.
He talks a good game.
He talks a great game.
So, I love starting out with these first 2 games. Oh boy.
Okay, wait a minute. Here we go.
They're going to be 3-14.
Hey, Danny, why don't you? Hey, Danny, shut your mouth. Where is Denver going, Danny? Everybody knows they're going nowhere. You got a new quarterback. You ain't going nowhere, pal. So shut your mouth.
I tell you what, though, Denver, interesting. Denver opens up with Seattle. So Russell Wilson makes his return on Monday night. That's going to be a fun game to watch. That's going to
be a fun game. I mean, it's a meatball game because Seattle's worse than Denver. And that's not saying a whole lot, but that's going to be a meatball game.
Oh, you really hate. I see. I think I'll be honest. I don't want to say it. I think Denver's pretty damn talented. I mean, their defense is there. Their receivers. Well, if Judy got arrested, I don't know if he. Hopefully it's nothing serious. But I love their running back. I love their running back from North Carolina.
They'll be under 500.
Oh, you do?
Yeah,
you do.
They'll be under 500. Yes.
Ah, okay.
And, Danny, if you don't believe me, Danny, put your money where your mouth is.
So
that's what I'm talking about.
Well, pull up the Sunday night schedule. Can you pull that up, Jimmy?
Yeah.
Do you have
I got you.
You got that covered. Let's see what the Sunday night schedule. Because I'll be honest with you, Danny wants to bet you $100 if you want to take that challenge. But I'm curious to see that Sunday night schedule because I'm a Sunday night football. I watch Sunday night football. I don't watch Monday night football very much. I get football out unless Dallas is on or if it's a really good matchup. Lately, they've been bad. But now you got Troy Aikman going over to Monday night. So is he going to make the difference? We'll see.
Sunday night football.
Let's hear it. Give us a rundown.
Week 1, Buffalo and LA.
That's a Thursday night one, so that's opening the season
Thursday,
on
right?
Thursday night.
That's a Thursday, yeah.
That's going to be a big game. That's a big game. That's opening the season. That's going to be a big game.
And then we have first Sunday, Tampa Bay and Dallas, like we talked about. Week 2, Chicago at Green Bay. Following week, San Fran at Denver. There's another loss for Denver. Week 4, Kansas City at Tampa Bay.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a good game. Then Bengals and Ravens.
Yeah.
Week 6, Dallas against Philadelphia. Then Steelers and Dolphins. Dolphins will be under 500 by week 7.
Oh, another bad thing. My co-host doesn't even know what day it is.
What?
Danny said that. Danny just is at you for some reason.
Yeah, he can get out of here.
Go
He
ahead.
doesn't know what he's talking about. Hey, Danny, you've been invited on the show more than once.
He's a
Oh,
coward.
come on.
Jimmy.
He's afraid. He's scared.
Coward.
He's
a
afraid.
coward.
We
Go
know
ahead,
that.
Jimmy.
We know
Please.
that. Okay.
Finish.
So, week 9, Tennessee at Kansas City. Week 10, Chargers at San Fran. Not a bad game.
Yeah.
Week 11, Bengals Steelers. Week 12, Thursday night game. New England at Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
Then the Sunday game is Green Bay at Philly. Then Matty Ice following week against the Cowboys. Chiefs, Denver. There's that'll probably be another loss for Denver.
Yeah.
Then New England, Vegas. Tampa Bay, Arizona, and we close it out with LA against LA.
I tell you, it just hearing it quickly. It's not. I don't know if it's one of their top schedules. There's some good games in there, but it's going to be curious. I wonder if the NFL, because they made it very. They always used to make it very heavy on Sunday Night Football. Maybe now, they're trying to do Thursday more. They're trying to do, they get Aikman, so they're trying to get Monday Night Football back more. So maybe they're spreading out some of these key games. But what Sunday night always has the advantage of is that flex. So later on this season, they got the ability to flex those games.
But it gets back to what I think you and I were talking about. You don't want to dilute it. Once you start playing, when you got double headers or overlapping games, and Sunday, Monday, Thursday, then it starts getting diluted. And you don't want to do that. Football is unique in that respect, where you have to wait 4 or 5 days for games, and that's unique to the NFL.
Well, and that's the anticipation of it. And I think that's what always scares me about the NFL, when they go ahead and they're getting, you're playing Thursday, and you play Saturday, and you're playing Sunday. Obviously you have a Sunday game, you can do Monday later in the season. You throw those extra days in. Does it get to be too much? Because it is that anticipation of that game. Right. It's just the buildup is what you're looking for. And I hope they don't kind of lose that. The other thing, I know the NFL loves it, and hopefully I don't upset fans. I'm not into the international games. No. I'm glad that Dallas isn't playing. The 2 games that worried me was Jacksonville. We had to play an international game when we went to Jacksonville last time. And then the Green Bay one only worried me because I didn't know if the NFL was really going to try and make a statement on an international game, and have Dallas and Green Bay playing overseas would have been a huge. That would have been just the 2 legendary, iconic teams. I don't, that worried me, but I figured, Green Bay, that's a big home game for them and a big, opportunity for that advantage. I didn't think they would allow that to happen.
No, and Courtney's right. The international games are boring. I think that, Europe, first of all, there's never going to be an NFL team in Europe. It's not going to happen. People can talk about it. They've been saying it for years. It's not going to happen. The thing I don't even like about playing in North America, like if they play in Mexico City or if they play in Toronto or whatever, you're losing a home game, right? Yeah. And that sucks. But at least they could conceivably get a team in Mexico City or Toronto or something. Whether or not that's going to happen, I don't know. But that could happen. You're still getting screwed out of a home game.
Yeah.
In Europe, what are you doing? You're not growing the market that much for the teams to have to go travel, get acclimated to the time change, then play, then come back, then it's a bye week. It's ridiculous.
Well, and to your point is these games are so critical. It's not like baseball, basketball, hockey, where you're playing 80 games, 160 games. Look at the schedule. These are 5. NFL wants to be a 500 league. And then you got some a little above, some a little below. That one game, how many teams, if they would have won and the team above them lost, would have made the playoffs? And you're talking about taking away a home game, which high percentage, of the teams win their home games. If you're decent, obviously the worst teams, they never do, rarely do. But there's just an advantage of playing at home. So you're taking that away from them. Then they've got to fly back. Then they've got to get all that kind of stuff. So the only thing worse than playing in London is living there. You could be right. I've never been there. So
great point. That's one of our very Irish friends. So not a big fan of the mainland.
Well, he must know. He sounds like an expert. So
he is. He's the man. Now, Mikey, he said it's cool, but I don't know the game is on half the time. He's right. The games are on at crazy times, early in the morning. Those Europe games, the European.
Yeah. Well, my man Collar, he had said some NFL is disrespecting us, and they're hyping up the Eagles. And let them. You'll see on the outro, just a reminder, when we're done with this show, you stay tuned, you'll see what happens. These guys, what did they do? They had a nice draft, but you don't know what none of these picks are going to do.
No.
But we stomped them twice. Now, they had their backups the second, whatever. They got stomped anyway. You're professional, get on the field.
And we have this mutual hatred.
Last time. We beaten them by 20-plus points every time we play them. They didn't get 20 points better. So they can hype them up. You can do all this. It's what these guys do, is they want to build up. They got to build up something. And then when we beat the hell out of them, like we always do, then they'll be making some excuses, making up some story, running a smoke screen, a buffer, something like that. You know how it goes. But we're sick of them. Calling these Eagles and their fans cowards is one thing. Calling them yellow is another. But this team has sunk beneath the depths of humanity, Jimmy, because they're hiding behind a bunch of excuses. So like I told them, you'll see later, they need to pack it up, get out of our stadium. Now that they've admitted that we're the greatest, and they need to stay out of our face. And you'll see the replay of that later. But they get me so angry because all they do is they run their pie holes.
Now
they
wait a
haven't
minute.
Produced anything. They're going to hang on. They're going to hang on that one Super Bowl. Like they're hanging on to that nutsack, but it ain't nothing happening. All they got is one. It took them 50-something years. Ain't seen shit since. I apologize for the language to my young audience.
That's okay. It's good. So Meeker, Jack Meeker has a comment. We live in New York, and forever they tried to move the Bills to Toronto, and it just wasn't going to happen. You know what? You're welcome. My tax dollars are paying for your stadium that they kept in the Orchard Park in the middle of the freaking cow fields when they should have moved it downtown and gentrified the city. That was stupid. I get it. It's Orchard Park and it's, tradition and all the crazy. I've been to the tailgates out there, so I get it. But if you're going to steal all my tax money and bring it out to Western New York, which doesn't even count, that's not even really New York. That's the fake part of New York. At least build it downtown. And that would have been better for the city of Buffalo. Yeah.
Well, my man Claudio is he's checked in. He's a Dolphins fan. I went to high school with him down in South Florida. I gotta say, the Dolphins, it's going to be interesting to see what happens to them. I mean, they got some talent. I don't know about Tua. I don't know if he's going to be able to get them to that level. But they got the weapons now. They're fast, and we'll see how the new coach does. He's a quiet guy, but. He might be a mad scientist. We'll figure this out, but it'd be nice to see Miami become relevant again, at least in the area. They're an iconic franchise. So
2 points of interest. Well, first of all, I see Danny. They should move the Falcons to Staten Island. Danny, they should probably move the Denver Broncos to the USFL. Okay, so you can mind your business and shut your mouth. Camel Piper, the Bills, aren't they from Toronto? They practically are. It's like you can kick a football over the border. But, to your point, I don't know. Miami's tough. I personally think Bridgewater is going to be starting at some point in the season. I'm not wishing on him. I don't hate him. I lived in South Florida, so I don't hate him. I'll goof on, fans of the Dolphins, joking. But I don't hate on him. I just think that Bridgewater's eventually going to be starting.
Yeah. No, it'll be interesting. Weird. But they've got some talent. It's all coming down to the quarterback, and it's a quarterback-driven league. The best quarterbacks in each division have typically, for the last year or so, they win the division. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. But interesting question I saw pop up was talking about the Cowboys, their offense. We lose Coop. Older Zeke. I don't know if he's older. I guess he is a little bit older. I don't know.
Maybe he's talking about that dog Zeke that bit you the other day.
Yeah. We don't want to talk about that again. The thing is, I'm telling you guys, obviously CD, I think he's going to step up. I think Gallup's going to be Gallup once he gets back. But keep your eye on Jalen Tolbert. I'm telling you, this kid's a stud. He's going to be something. And what you're going to see from Zeke, and you see the commitment now, it's got to work. I mean, Zeke's going to have to be ready. He battled some injuries last season, but they shored up. They got a nasty offensive lineman, Tyler Smith, in the first round, and they got they got another tight end, blocking tight end. So they're making that recommitment to the running game, because I've said it, that Dallas at their best is running the football. You do not want Dak, and I'm not saying in a negative way on Dak, but we don't want Dak sitting back there throwing the ball 40, 50 times a game. We want to run the ball, the play action, grind the clock. That's Dallas Cowboy football at their best with this team. Got away from it last year a little bit. Wasn't able to run the ball for a lot of different reasons. We also obviously got Tony Pollard. I think he's going to be a big weapon for us. So I'm feeling good. I know a lot of people are nervous. What are we going to do with Coop? Without him and stuff. I'm feeling pretty good, but time will tell, right? It all sounds great until they get on the field, but I believe in this offense, and I think they're still going to be one of the top offenses in the NFL. I just think Kellen Moore needs to get his crap together and start calling the correct plays properly and start making some good decisions. Then we'll be a lot better.
Well, you know what? I agree with Mikey on that one. The Broncos are the most overhyped team in the league. And what else do we have here? Pollard and Zeke. Okay. Split carries. Yeah.
I think they need to run the hot hand. I think to talk about Pollard, I was at that playoff game, last season, and you could see that we couldn't get anything going with Zeke on the running game, and they force fed it, and Pollard was in the drive that we scored. Pollard was able to get outside. We could not run up the middle, but Pollard was able to get to the outside, and I blame that solely on the coaches. Starts with Kellen Moore. But, I've been a McCarthy, I've kind of been a McCarthy supporter but that falls on him too, because he should have said, hey, dude, I'm making a decision now. Our running back's got a torn patella. He's not 100%.
Right.
He's not able to get something going. We got to win the game, period. I don't care about, egos. I don't think Zeke has one. I think Zeke, he's a competitor, but I think if they would have said something, I think he would have took it and would have, he would have been fine with it and supported his teammate. But I think they got to start, playing to win. It's like what, Larry Cole was, he said, you play to win.
Yeah.
And I worried about the limelight. We're not worried about stats. We're not about this. You got to play to win, period. Win at all costs.
That's right. I mean, you look at, and this is, off track a little bit, but you look at Brooklyn, Kyrie Irving, selfish player, right? In any sport, it's the same. You got a selfish player who's only worry about themselves, worry about their stats. That's just not going to work. In football, when you got a short season, like you said, it's not 82 games, 162, 17 games, man. You ain't got time to screw around.
No.
And, and to your point, coach got to take control,
And
he's in charge, his spot.
That's right. I wish he would. I hate, that's what I always said is you hire a coach, he's got to be able to bring his own people in. And, he's saying all the right things that he wanted more here and this and that. And time will tell. But we need to start seeing some consistency. They were the number one offense last season, but I'm telling you, I watched every game. I watched every minute of every game. That did not look like the number one offense in the NFL at all. So they had their moments. They blew out some teams, maybe some teams that weren't as great. I mean, they stomped on them, which you're supposed to do. No apologies. Not apologizing for that at all. You're supposed to take that Washington team and drop 50+ on them. You're supposed to take the Eagle team and embarrass them. You're supposed to do that to the Giants and any other team they play. Now they need to take it to that next. They need to, Jimmy?
To the other level of the game.
Thank you.
Do it like a Geo. Now, wait a minute. But that gets to the point where, when it came down to the playoff game, I again, we've gone over this over and over, but what the hell was that? You guys weren't playing any semblance of the game that I saw your team play all year.
Yeah.
Did the Niners just take control?
No, I think they did, but I think what happened was, I think that, and I hate to say it because, pressure is privilege. That's what Dak said, but I think I think some of the pressure got to him. And it's like, again, what, Larry Cole said on our show, earlier is Dak Prescott, I got to win a Super Bowl in Dallas. I'm going to win a Super Bowl in Dallas. Hey, let's slow down. Let's win each game. Let's get to the playoffs, win that one, win the next one. There's no reason to, be looking that far ahead. And I think when they finally woke up, I don't agree with that record at all. When they finally woke up, it was a little too late, and they got pushed around a little bit. And I think they addressed that in the draft. They got the big, defensive tackle. He's not going to get pushed around. I think they did a good thing there. I think Sam Williams is going to be a nice really nice pass rusher on the outside. So I think we did some things to shore up that defensive front, so we're not getting pushed around. We got Tyler Smith, who I believe is going to be starting at left guard. He's not going to get pushed around. We got rid of, I know Tyler Smith had some penalties in college, but we'll see if they straighten that out. But, we got rid of Connor Williams, who got pushed around and got penalized like crazy. Randy Gregory, I know a lot of people, I loved Randy Gregory, don't get me wrong, but, he wasn't very available. And he made a lot of penalties.
Wasn't he getting a lot of penalties for
bad penalties at bad times? So I think that's, we'll see what happens. And I do agree with that. I do agree with that he's a bad man, and I'm glad I think they got a steal in the draft with him. So
9-8, man, we got a lot of varying opinions.
9-8 and 11-6. I mean, show me where they're going to lose 8 games. Yeah, pick those games out for. I'd love to see what 8 games are on their schedule that they're going to lose. 6 games, I don't necessarily, I don't agree with. I'm not saying that I'm not going to say that they're a 14-win season team and because they're that good. I think the schedule's very favorable for them. So I think they're going to be one of those teams that is going to be, their record is going to be higher than maybe what they really are. But like I said, you just got to get in the playoff. Get in the playoffs, and let's see what happens.
And it gets, I'm looking at the Falcons. I see conceivably, if we're going off last year, remember, each year varies. I'm looking at 9 wins that should probably happen. 9, right? But again, you don't know who you're going to be set up with. Washington, Chicago.
Washington stinks.
Washington's a horrible. The Bears. I'm thinking the Saints. They're still soul searching. Carolina, Tampa Bay, maybe one. I'm hoping we can beat them once. I think we could beat them once. I don't think they're going to be what they were last year.
I don't know. I don't know if you're at that level yet, man. Your guys' problem is a quarter. I mean, again, it comes down to the quarterback. You got. I think the rookie receiver you got's going to be. I think he's going to be solid. I think Pitts is there. I think if you use Patterson as a certain role, maybe he can get something going. But you don't have a true running back. So, and I agree with that. Culture wins championships. The Cowboys are slowly changing that culture. They finally got rid of it with Garrett, and I'm hoping they got enough strong personalities with Parsons, with Dak, with CD, with Tank. Some of these guys that have Diggs, my man Diggs. I know I'm missing out a couple other guys, but have that Zeke, all these guys, enough's enough. This team, you look back in the 90s, so I'll always go back to 90s because that was the era that I grew up in, and damn, it was so sweet for all them Super Bowls.
You mean last century?
This team, it don't matter. Again, Falcons haven't caught up yet. They hadn't got one.
We've been in 2 Super Bowls this century.
Yeah, you hadn't won nothing.
You haven't won since 96. What are you talking about?
I was rooting.
You haven't won since you were in high school.
You
haven't won since high school. What are you talking about? You can shut your mouth.
You guys blew it, embarrassed yourself on national television.
You won 5 presidents ago. You won 5 presidents ago.
So what?
Last century, you won.
You guys are no prize neither. No, but no, in 91.
At least you had a prime.
In 91, the Cowboys everyone said that they were here, but they just needed, they weren't there yet. So they were 6-5, and all of a sudden they just ran off 5 straight, and they finished 11. They finished 11-5. They go in the playoffs. They beat Chicago. They go to Detroit, and they get absolutely annihilated. They're like 38-6 or something like that. And at that moment, they said, Michael Irvin and these guys said, this ain't going to happen next year. And I can only hope that that's the attitude of this team is, they had a nice season. It ended. It didn't end the way they wanted. And they said, we're not going to allow this to happen. Now, again, I believe in these players. I think these guys got it. So it's just going to be, it's going to be up to them. But, I'm a fan. So if I'm a fan of the Cowboys, I'm ride or die when the season starts. I can bitch and moan about it, but I'm going to be ride or die until the end.
Well, and that's the way you got to be. You get these bandwagon fans. It was funny how many, how many hats I saw people wearing here in New York, Bengals and shit. Like, really? Give me a break. 49. Well, I do have a buddy who's a 49ers fan, but people wearing Rams gear, you don't see that. You got to be a true fan, stick to your team, and that's the way you do it. To Mikey's point, Yeah, Ritter. You don't know. Like I said about Bridgewater, we might see Ritter playing at some point
Yeah.
later in the season.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, 14 games this season. That would be really nice. I don't know if they'll get there. I mean, they got the schedule to do it. They'd have to, they might slip up here. And her health has so much to do with it as well.
Yeah.
The only thing I know is I know we'll win the division. I always look for Michael Irvin on 105.3, but I did miss him. I'll have to go back in their archives and catch up on that because I'm a Tolo as well, so I do enjoy that. 28-3, I know.
Yeah, hey, Mikey, I like that 28-3. What was the score of the basketball games that we played? Perhaps on the next show, we'll put up a graphic of your, submitting to me and bowing down and paying homage to the winner because I whooped that ass in basketball, bro.
I think they. I'm going to check that out. Now you got me curious of what he said on Cooper, but I know he wasn't happy with his lack of commitment to the team, and again, it's a personal choice. I understand that, but there was a lot of ramifications with the, with the vaccine and all of that. So, but again, I'm not hating on anyone. That's your choice. You do what you got to do. So it was unfortunate because one of the games he missed, I went to, and we didn't have CeeDee Lamb either. And you would have thought the Raiders won the Super Bowl, beating us in overtime without our two wide receivers. But hey, that's the Raider way.
15. Courtney's saying 15 games.
15. I love that girl now. If that could happen, then we'll really be doing some backflips in the Cowboys cave. I might run even on AT&T and run on the field one time. I don't know if I'll do that anymore. I did that once.
No.
I did that once at a baseball game when I was a kid. I don't think I'll do that anymore. I see people getting slammed a lot now. I might be too old for that. Do y'all worry about the passing game until Gallup is ready? I did touch on that. I'm telling you guys, and you'll laugh at me if I'm wrong, but I don't think I am. Jalen Tolbert's going to be the real deal. I'm telling you. He didn't go to a big school, so he didn't get the pub that these guys wanted. But Alabama was begging for him. Auburn was begging for him and to transfer there, and he wanted to stay in Mobile and be at home. I'm telling you, this kid's he's going to be a nice compliment to that receiving core. So that exactly, Jalen Tolbert's a draft steal. I think he's one of the steals, and I'm really pumped about that. So,
I'd be down with that. Absolutely,
come on there to debate Jimmy. Hey, I open invitation, my man, because I'll tell you this: the next few weeks, our show. I'm no expert in hockey. Jimmy's the hockey guy, so he can tell me all this crap. I don't even know what he's talking about.
Hey, Kyler. So, out of curiosity,
Kyler, if you want to get on the show, just you got my, you can message me on Twitter. We'll set it up. Jimmy, are you ready for a debate? Are you going to back down from a challenge?
No, I'm not backing down from nobody. Get out of here. No, I reject the challenge.
I was setting you up, man. I was setting you up.
Kyler is no challenge. But no, seriously, Kyler. On a serious note, what's the score of the game, the Tampa Bay game right now? That's what I need to know. Tampa Bay and the Leafs. If somebody can get that up for me, I'd appreciate it.
Well, Tampa, so anyway, if they lose, this is it, man, right? They're down 3-2.
Yeah, and you can't let the Toronto. You see, first of all, I'm sure that Courtney can appreciate it. People from Toronto think that they're the best, right? But Toronto is a dump. It's a wannabe Montreal. It's a wannabe New York City. So you guys got to take them down because I'm sick and tired of hearing about them.
Yeah, well,
they have a great team, but you guys should beat them. Play them physically. You guys should come out with the win.
They said Tampa hasn't lost back-to-back game. I don't know, something. It's played a long time. So they down here, they feel pretty confident that it's going to happen. So, but anyway, anything else, Jimmy? I'm talked out about this schedule. I'm hyped up. I got to go look at airfares. I got to get everything going. I got to figure this thing out. 1-0 Lightning.
Thank you.
Here we go.
Thanks. All right. And you see, Courtney's got my back. So anyway, no, I think I got to figure out which game I can go with. Meet up with you. That'll be fun.
Yeah. Well, check the schedules. Yeah. Cowboys Nation, you make sure you let me know which games you guys are going to be at. The first thing we do know is I'll be at Sunday night opening day when we slap them Bucks around the field. So until next time, you guys, we'll leave you with a little video, just a reminder for all you Eagle fans. A little reminder of what it's about. But listen, make sure you guys subscribe, comment. Let us know what you want to hear. If there's something we're missing. If you hate the Cowboys, just let me know because I'll talk some stuff back to you. We can have healthy debates. That's what it's all about. This is an opportunity for us to interact with the fans. We love talking sports. We love just, barroom stuff. So keep bringing it. Jimmy, you got anything else?
No, that's it, man. Great show. Thanks for everybody participating. Make sure you join us Monday night for the flagship.
All right, man. We'll see you next week. Dominic, activate the machine.
Down, up and down the field. So now, why don't you guys pack it up? Get out of my stadium. Now that you just admitted that we're the greatest and stare out of my face. Now can you dig it?